Ladies and gentlemen, first time in too long, I think, Jim Breuer.
This was my jam every single night during the Metallica tour.
Yeah.
Me, and they had these guys, this crew, males, females, genders, the whole shebiggle.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
And I'm not even kidding. It's another whole story.
Just beings.
Yes.
Just
there
some
were beings.
Yeah.
Every night, we would go by the soundboard, and we would lip sync and bang our heads hard to this song, to the point where when the tour was over, there was about 20 of us in a circle in the back, and Hetfield would see it after a while, and he'd just start laughing. He'd start throwing pics at us from the stage.
As if you were as the crowd.
Yeah.
That's got to be awesome for Metallica, though, because it's one thing for you, right? Because you're on tour with Metallica. You're doing comedy before they come out. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime deal. But for the crew, this is what they do. So the idea that Metallica is so good that the crew is actually like not only enjoying the show but still being fans.
These were fans.
Oh, so you just went out with the fans?
Always. Every single
So
night.
you're done with your part of the show.
Yeah, I'm done with my part of the show.
I can just go watch.
I would go by the soundboard.
Oh, I thought you meant you were behind the scenes with the soundboard operators and stuff.
No. So there was a railing, and I'd be by the soundboard.
Yeah.
And the way this started, there was a Korean guy. His name's Korean James.
Okay.
Right, and he's by himself dancing. And what frustrates me, if I go see Metallica, everyone now is reserved, and we don't know how to act because we have children and we have a job where we are corporate world, and we've been told to just, you don't show emotion in this lifetime anymore.
You're adults, for God's sake.
You don't speak off the chart that we told you to read from.
That's right.
Read the directory and use intelligent words. Represent us well. When Metallica is based on a primal... We used to go in my friend's basement and just blast Metallica, slam, just headbang hard in each other's faces. And so I missed that going to these concerts.
Right.
And, well, also, too, it hurts after a while. I'm 51. I can't do it at this age.
Right. That's the other thing about getting older. It's like not only do they say you're not supposed to do it, your body says you're not supposed to do it.
Your body goes, let's take it down. You have 2 IPAs in you and you're not thinking. So, this guy is going nuts. So, and I went up to him, and he sees me. His eyes light up. He's like, whoa, like, what are you doing here? When are you on stage? And I went line for line. We got each other's and then we did 3 straight songs. And I need to pass out after that. And then all of a sudden, it literally became a tradition every single night, to the point where if they weren't playing this song and they were playing an obscure song, which they haven't played, they'd all run to the rail and point at me and go, "Come on out here. Come on. Come on, they're doing damage. You gotta come out." And then I would come out, dude. It was.
So
I
you
became a fanboy. It was the greatest thing ever.
That is, I mean, that's how you. That's the reason to do stuff like that, right? Because what you did was Jim Breuer goes out there and, you know, you said not opening, because I listened to you talk about this.
I hate that.
Opening for Metallica.
No.
But you're going out, you're doing a little bit of comedy, you're interacting with the audience, you're doing stuff. You're just being kind of an MC
That's
for
what
the
it was.
evening.
I was an MC for the night. That was it.
Right.
Yeah.
But realistically, you're doing the MC part so that you can just go to every single Metallica show on this tour.
And get paid.
Get paid.
And
And so by the end of the tour, because that's what people always ask, right? By the end of the tour, last show on the tour, you're still sitting there going, holy shit, I'm going to a Metallica show and getting paid for it again.
Yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
I have to say, I'm not lying. Hands down, whatever I'd done in my career, this was the greatest gig I ever had in my entire lifetime.
So were you depressed after it ended? Or were you like, oh, okay, you know what? That's going to be this is my moment, this tour. You know, the whole tour, it's just a time I'm always going to be able to live and reflect on that. And
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Because I've learned that already from years ago.
Sure.
You know, even a year ago, moments in time, no matter how big, it's just like a radio show.
Right.
You come on and you have the biggest guest come on here, and it's the greatest show, and people are still talking about months later. But you're still hearing Thursday going, all right, what do we have here today?
That's it.
We got to eat up another 4 hours. You're not now in Rolling Stone magazine. You're not at the, oh my God, it's the Sam and Jim. They won the greatest show ever. And now you're making $1 billion. It doesn't, it's, it's just a moment in time.
Right.
And you got to grasp that moment in time, sit back.
Enjoy it.
Reflect on it, know you're in it.
Right. And know that it's going to end.
You have to know it's going to end.
Yeah.
And you have to know, hey, man, I'm not expecting anything to happen from this. It's just this is what it is.
That's key, right? Not the sort of like, oh, this is great, and it could lead to this, and could lead to that. You just go, this is great, end of sentence.
And that's what I had people out there with me, and there's friends like, dude, and then the people, and then you're gonna be selling out. Like, listen, it just doesn't work that way. If some fans now discover, oh wow, Jim, it's cool, oh it's funny, his videos are funny, let's go see him. I definitely see more Metallica shirts in my audience.
There you go.
And
but like you said, the purpose wasn't to get Metallica fans to your show. The purpose was, I get to go on tour with Metallica. That's the purpose.
I mean, if you told me in 1986, I'm showing up snot rocket high, drinking like a jackass at 18 years old to see Ozzy, and Metallica's opening up. And I knew them, but I was still a little scared by them.
You were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was scared. My friend was trying to get me into, he's like, listen to this. And I put on the headphones. He's like, you got to listen to this track. And the first song I heard was For Whom the Bell Tolls. And 1985, and I ran suffer, hey, ooh.
Right.
And then
you're
take
like,
a look to the sky just before you die. It's the last time you will. Well, what are these guys singing about? Because I'm creeping death. Die.
Yeah, and you're going, I thought we were celebrating.
What's going on around here? Are we going to war? What's going on? So I think of that moment, I remember everything about that moment, watching them, and I felt, and it's crazy to compare, but almost perhaps the way people felt when the first time they saw the Beatles live. They knew something different was happening. When I saw Metallica that night and the way people reacted, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, people are nuts right now. And the arena was packed. No one's in there for opening band,
of course.
And I feel like they blew Ozzy. Was on the side, just, I'm not going to follow this. This is madness. Throwing chairs and it's like nuts. So, I mean, and then now I'm torn. It's
crazy.
It's weird.
What do you think it is about Metallica? Because I think about them sometimes. They're an exception to almost every rule in the sense that there are a lot of metal bands from the era that stay on tour in some way, shape, or form, whether it's festivals, whether it's whatever. And that core audience that they established, they'll follow them and they'll still do it. But Metallica is completely separated from them to the point where, like, I'm not a metal fan per se. I'm not going to any festivals. I don't care about any of these old metal bands. But if you tell me you got tickets to a Metallica show, hell yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, because listen, those bands from that era and the metal bands and all that, they don't, they're rabbits. I don't want to piss any of their fans off. They don't grow.
I see.
All right. It's almost like seeing that kid from high school. Like, dude, you're really trying to grow your hair to your shoulders. You're bald on top.
Right.
You're still singing about the dragons and stuff coming.
It's like when you let your afro stay, even though it's creeping to the back of your skull.
Yes, Sam.
I see.
Where Metallica, for me, it now became Metallica's, I can honestly say, almost like my best friend that I had in my life that made me think about faith, mind control, war, vanity. It made me sit and think. I would read the lyrics. I discovered my dad through Metallica. Like, because I always wanted to know what is what did my father go through in war? And, and you'd hear songs, you listen to textbooks and learn in school, but you write, and the thing of a soldier, and I look at songs like Disposable Heroes, and you look at the lines of, at the end of the day, a soldier is in battle, and the guy's going, you will do what I say when I say get back in the front, and you will die when I say you must die back in the front. You coward, you servant, you blind man, back in the front. 21, only son, how he served us well. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's real.
Right.
The Leper Messiah, about church and organized religion. It was everything they wrote about came from somewhere and it wasn't like, hey, I'm in love, and nothing wrong with that music. There's plenty of that everywhere.
Right.
I can't stand Hollywood. I can't stand vanity. I used to. That's what I started for.
Right. You wanted it.
I wanted it bad.
Until you saw it.
Until I saw it and I lived it. And I can't stand any of you. I can't stand the scene.
I'm going back to Jersey.
I want to go to Long Island, but my wife's like, nah, I'm not going to lie. We're going to New Jersey. I'm like, damn it. Fine, we'll go to New Jersey. And that songs like Moth into the Flame, which is all about pop culture, losing you. Sad But True was me constantly being tempted by manager who I knew was evil, and just always like, you should do this, and taking your ideas, and don't you want this all? They meant something more than like, oh, this is a great riff.
Right, totally. Now, is that what you did? Do you go like you're chasing fame, SNL movies, whatever it is, and then do you go, you know what? I got to stop chasing this carrot that everybody's chasing and just start doing the stuff that as a kid I would have freaked out if I told you adult me would be doing. Because it seems like you took that turn. I
definitely took that turn.
It's not like Metallica, you going on tour with Metallica, it's not like it's the first time that something like that has happened for you.
No.
Like you've gotten to associate with pretty much all your heroes.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Amazing.
It is amazing. I remember being a kid on Jefferson Avenue in Long Island. It was me, my friend Phil, I'm still best friends with, and Gene. And I remember saying, I'm going to be a star. I'm going to work with Jack Nicholson and Joe Pesci and De Niro, and I'm going to be hanging out with the Mets and my favorite bands in the world. And in my mind, I think, this summer, Jim Breuer.
Sure.
And I'm landing in my backyard. And then there was a time where, even now, I sit back and I go, oh my God, I did everything I said I was going to do. I just didn't do it the way I visualized it, but it did happen.
Right.
And it's almost like the world goes, all right, are you satisfied yet?
Right. Here it is. This is what you asked for.
This is what you wanted, right? All
right.
Well, I gave it to you. Now what? Are you satisfied? Or you need more? Like, what's going on?
Right.
And when it really started hitting for me, my first world was Uptown Comedy Club, and that was more of a real life scenario. People support each other. It was the Uptown. It was people say, hey, what was your big break? The break was Saturday Night Live, but my life break was Uptown Comedy Club. And then SNL, I just saw Hollywood at its peak in bands, and I was just like, wow, it really is just a show. And this person, the Farley thing really, I was really taken back by that. I saw that week of him coming to host and what a mess he was, and
I see.
I could not believe Mitch Hedberg.
Because these are the guys that you would look at and be like, wow, that's what I'm going for, right?
Well, no, I could not believe the trouble they were in.
Yeah.
And no one in their team, took the time to go, you're not working.
Right.
So what was more valuable, your money collecting from them or putting them in the limelight or ratings or whatever. And that was really disturbing to me.
So that's what kind of started to turn you off Hollywood, is when you saw, like, even though these people have no business performing, they need help.
Yes.
They're getting milked for every dollar that anybody can get out of them.
And they just have people going, yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun. You know, I'm walking around SNL. And I always thought to myself, would my friend Phil, would my brother, they'd walk in there and go, hey, fuck all of you.
Right.
You're coming with it. And they, no, you don't. No, fuck, get in the car. We're fucking kidnapping. Do you see what's going on with you?
Yeah.
And the fact that, and it still happens, where I've seen, and Mitch Hedberg, I watched him, and I remember going up to him like, hey, man, I remember calling his people, hey, I would like to take this guy out on tour, man. He's a really good guy. Oh, we got him. And I get it for the vanity reasons, but you can't see the problem he had?
Right.
They knew.
Right.
You didn't stop that. You didn't.
But you're just trying to get him on stage tomorrow. We'll figure out the rest of it then. We'll just get him on stage, and then we'll figure it out.
Let's get him on stage.
Yeah.
Okay, here's him. Like, that is, to me, really dark and disturbing.
Right.
And so is vanity really, and you look at the stars out there today, some of them are just, hey, I got famous because I banged someone that videotaped it. So now pornography is how you become a star, which, if that's your thing, great. But
if you're great at it.
Okay, if you're great at it.
I mean, if it's your skill.
That's great.
Yeah.
But anyone out there that's a parent, you're going to tell me you're okay with your 17-year-old kid now, and that's your idol?
Yeah, I mean that's the, like, you have to kind of watch out for that when people. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be successful, wanting to be the best at what you do, even if it means fame comes with it.
Yeah.
But when you see people that are just famous, like my goal is to be famous, that's when it's trouble.
Yeah, like if the people we idolize, right? If you take, I don't even know who's in People magazine.
Right.
I don't read anything anymore. I tapped out. So if whoever's on there. Let's say it's a great name like Tom Cruise. Okay. If Tom Cruise was my brother, I go, listen, I go to my brother's house. He's a fucking mess. He's on his 20th marriage. He's got 14 kids all over the fucking place. It's a fucking mess. But we see past all. He's a great. He's a star. I want to rub. It's like, yeah, he does amazing work, and I think he's one of the best of our time. But as a the people in my family that are on their third, fourth marriage, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Dude, can we go out again? I mean, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Just look at your kid. Your kid's on opioids because you're not around and you don't know who his mother is, and now it's a half mother. And dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, you kind of get away from the foundation.
How about you're a father first or
Right.
a mother? And I'm not preaching. I'm just saying that's not the world I want to be part of. That's not the world I grew up in. And I don't want to. So
what do you find that, like, you start focusing, you go home, and then you start focusing on your family, and you're focusing on the things that you just actually like, that you're naturally drawn to, and then all of a sudden, that's what starts to be around you.
Here's what's not so for me, Sam. The first 10 years, and I see with a lot of entertainers, but me, you start off because you want the leather. I call it the leather pants and kangaroo syndrome. You want the leather pants, you want the kangaroo, walk around the mall, people go, oh my God, let me get a picture.
Of course.
After 2001-ish, then I started a family. And I someone torn, and I came here to Satellite because I realized, the more I'm away, there's a little trouble at home. My wife's got these 2 kids. She's like, I can't do this. So I took a job here.
And this was like when Sirius was just starting to take off.
Yeah, this is before anyone was here.
Yeah.
So I came here. I'm like, hey, I'd love to do a radio show. I don't know what it's about.
Right.
But I kind of want to bring my best friends I grew up with, and we're just going to talk and hang. and that's what we did. But the real drive behind that was so I could be home. And then in 2008, I wanted to start over again, doing just stand-up and controlling my destiny. Instead of, hey, you should be doing this. You got to move to L.A. You should go out for the show. You should do this. I'm like, all right, what do you really want? I started off as a comedian in high school, and things went quick for me, but I still was running frantically. And the minute I stopped looking for that, I said, you know what? I'm okay. I got a beautiful home. I got great kids. Life is well. I make good money. What am I chasing for? Why do I got to look at what this guy's making, what this guy's doing, and how come he's the bad? And the minute all that's gone, and you just look at what's in front of you, and you just focus on you and passion. That's when life started really getting good for Jim Breuer world.
What was the first thing that happened in that era where you were like, yeah, this is really cool?
I'm gonna say one of the first ones was there was a couple. There's my dad, right?
Right.
I went on tour 2008, and brought my father. I always brought my father, but this is the first time I filmed it.
Mm-hmm.
And that, although it was funny, I was really taken back by the amount of people that were touched and inspired. That's what they were, dude. I wanted to get high with you, and I saw you with your dad. I was like, oh, fuck, I want to be with my dad now, man. And you're talking about your kids and shit, and you made now you want me, man, I want a family now, man. I didn't think I could do that, but if you can do it, I can do it. And I started seeing more and more like, hey, man, I never liked you, but what you did with your family, I really respect it now. And hey, I my father never said he loved him, and I could not believe it was bigger than just being funny.
Right.
It touched lives. Wow, this feels so much better. But this is what I did off stage anyway.
Right. You
So
just didn't realize throw a camera on it, let the world know this is what's going on behind the scenes, and it's more interesting than what's on stage half the time.
And it wasn't even my intention. The intention was I want to make I always try to stay ahead of the curve. I'm like, okay, I want to make little website videos and put it on jimbreuer.com, and here's how funny my dad is. And then that came. And then the other, I'm going to say one of the big breaks was those Mets videos.
That's it.
Who would have, I mean.
You're just going on complaining about the Mets on Facebook.
Or celebrating.
Or celebrating.
Like, oh, my God, we did this, and this guy looks good, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, hey, man, you're sold out. What? What do you mean? Holy shit, there's 800 people with Mets shirts in the audience. What's going on? And even like, everything, it's bizarre. I really feel like I'm freaking Forrest Gump of entertainment. It's nuts.
Yeah, you're getting to the point where you are, I think.
It's comical to me. I look back like, well, this time last year, I'm on stage with Billy Joel.
That's what I was thinking about. So I was thinking, I'm like, you've literally performed with Billy Joel.
I'm like, what is that? I sang with Brian Johnson of AC/DC.
Sang with Brian Johnson.
Sang with
on tour with Metallica.
I sang a song with them, not live, but one of my favorite parts of that tour was, and I feel like I've been auditioning since I was 18 for this moment. So they're in Nashville, and before they start every new leg, they would go into the arena and they would rehearse with just them and their crew. And I would always walk in because I'd never get tired of it. And I'd bust their balls. I'd drop my drawers and try to moon them and throw off their and then, so they're playing, and James goes, all right, I'm done. And Lars goes, dude, can't we just do one more song? Can we do Wherever I May Roam? And James goes, nah, I'm done. He goes, come on, man, just one more. And he goes, Jim, you come on up. If Jim comes up here and does it, I went, wait, what? Why? He goes, come on. It was just not. So I went up, and they put the lyrics for Wherever I May Roam on this little thing. And now I'm singing like, oh, this is my big audition.
Right. Because you're going like, I mean, you talk about going forward, you're going like, well, if they like me in sound check, they'll probably ask me to do it live.
Hands down. This is how it's going to go down.
I mean, after all, I performed with Billy Joel. I'm a seasoned veteran at this point.
Clearly they know about me by now. And and I grab the mic and I'm waiting for the moment, and it's a big long build up, that song, and it starts off with like and the road becomes my throne, and it's not out in social media anywhere because they have it and they gave it to me, but I'm like, it's not for everyone to see.
Okay,
it's just your own personal.
You have the video though. For yourself, I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And there was part of me, I'm like, whoops. I'm done. How did that, man? My daughter.
Yeah. I don't know technology, guys. I thought I put in a DVD player. It's on Facebook. I don't know.
I'll call Hetfield like, James, you know my kids. Dorianne put it out there to show it Snapchat. Now, I'm so sorry this is out there.
Nothing we can do now, guys, though. I'm going to go ahead and put it on my YouTube. Nothing we can do. It's out there.
5 billion hits. How'd that happen? And I sang it like, oh yeah, this is my big audition. And it was just to have fun. And while I was up there, I was trying to grasp the moment of I'm with my friends, but I'm also singing with the band.
Right.
I'm singing with them.
Like, no matter how close you get to them as human beings, you can't forget the fact that you're just a kid singing with Metallica.
That's
right
it.
Now. That's it. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
And the funniest part was I didn't see it, whatever, and people they were the guy I was with, this other comedian, Joe Sib, goes, bro, did you see the video? Or no? Because the best part is when you look at Kirk and Rob, the bassist and the lead guitarist, when you started, they both looked at each other and went, whoa! And I went, really? Really? Let me see. And it was just, you got to live those moments. And those moments are they're such amazing blips of time. And that's all we got. I'm going to be a 90-year-old guy who, crap my pants, knowing I'm talking to a waitress that could give two shits. And I was singing forever. You ever hear where I'm in Rome?
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You want scrambled eggs, James? and then they brought me up because I said, well, maybe they'll bring me on the live concert. But that didn't happen. But there was this Korean James fella, and we said but true all night. Okay, well, you want hash browns?
And of course, in your 90-year-old state, you're convinced that you're still telling these stories with the same energy and detail that you did when you were younger.
Right.
You don't. There's no difference.
And she's behind the counter now, and I'm still talking. And then there was no one in the arena. It was just me and my friends, and they rehearsing. Okay, James, I'll be there. It's pretty cool.
That's great, man. Are there checklist moments that you still have? Because I feel like I'm thinking about all the stories that I've either heard you say on the air, that we've talked about on the air, that you've talked about.
There is one.
What else is there?
There's one. This is crazy. My lifetime dream was to be able to sell out, not the Garden, Nassau Coliseum, Uniondale.
As a comedian.
Yeah. Tickets go on sale, Jim Breuer, Long Island,
your hometown.
Sold out, Nassau Coliseum. I don't even need to do a tour.
Just the one show.
Just that one show, sold out, Nassau Coliseum. Not through Groupon.
4 for 1.
Not like, hey, if you're an Islander ticket holder, you get to see Jim for free. They paid and wanted to see me live at that show, and I just give the performance of a lifetime, which I go out of my way to do all the time anyway, because I love it. But that, I know it sounds good. That's always been my dream. That's it. I would love to sell out Nassau Coliseum.
Will you, is there any disappointment? Because I don't know. You've talked about the Foo Fighters thing on the air before, right?
That hurt.
Yeah, because I feel like the scenario is so great regardless.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt. You talking about, I bring my nephew to go see the Foo Fighters.
And this is after you're on stage with Billy Joel.
This is after I already crushed the Billy Joel, Shook Me All Night Long, which the Foo Fighters have no clue.
Right.
Nobody knows,
but
really.
You've got that confidence in you because Jim, for those that don't know, went on stage with Billy Joel.
Yes.
And sang Shook Me All Night Long and
it was a freak of nature. It wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
It was not supposed to happen. I brought my daughter. She wanted tickets, 50th anniversary. Next thing you know, you want to meet him. I already got 2 vodkas in me. And before the next thing you know, I meet him, and he goes, hey, I heard you do AC/DC. Well, yeah. He goes, oh, well, you want to do AC/DC tonight? What? And I said, and if you don't know the story, long story short, I said, I'm not going to remember the words. And he went, all right, we'll do it another time. And we'll rehearse and we'll figure it out another time. And why don't you come in early and meet the band and rehearse and we'll do it another time. Okay. His guitarist, Tommy Burns, then finds me in another room, my wife and kid, and goes, bro, what are you doing? You got to do it tonight. Well, Tommy, I don't know that I'm going to forget the lyrics. He's like, there's monitors all over the stage. Big letter. If you go by Billy's pianos, big letters that say, sing me a song. I'm the piano man. He goes, you're not going to forget it, and you got to do it tonight. And then I said, he wanted me to rehearse, and he left the room, came back, goes, he says, cool, we're doing it. And then I was, for 10 songs, and went, oh my God. And I couldn't remember the song, so I get under my belt, crush it, life is great.
Right.
For that moment.
Right.
When the moment's over, I'm still standing in line with 40 people waiting for my car at the garage, and everyone's going, dude, let me get a piss. This guy just shook me all night long tonight, Carol. Oh, my God, you're right, that's him. Yo, let me get it. Yo, you that silly motherfucker from Half-Baked. Let me get it. So I'm like, oh, my God, this is crazy.
And you're just standing there.
I'm just in line.
There's
I'm
nothing,
number 32 in line.
You can't go anywhere.
Can't go anywhere. I'm waiting for my Ford Escort to pull up. They're all disappointed when my car pulls. Oh, that's what you're driving?
Of course, just reality is going to come smashing down on them.
Yeah, the next morning, my kids are yelling at me. My wife's going, you didn't put the sticker on the trash at 7 in the morning. I was, so it's over. It's over. Back to reality.
The moment is the moment.
So now it's the Foo Fighters.
And
I know Chris, the guitarist.
Sure.
And Chris is like, hey, man, I got you all access pass. Come backstage. Okay, I'm not going to tell my nephew. He's going to flip out.
How old's your nephew?
He's 16.
Big deal.
And he's a huge guitar player. Mm-hmm. All he does is sit home, play guitar. He's a Foo Fighter maniac. And I keep trying to push into Metallica. I'm like, just listen to Metallica. This is where it all started.
He's not there yet, though.
He's not there. He just started.
Okay.
Just started.
I think he'll get there.
He is. He's like, oh, they're really hard to play. Oh, good. I'm glad you recognize that. So,
but I bet once he learns how to play it, since it's hard to play, if he learns it, it'll be all he wants to play because it's like, you know what I mean?
That's all he's going to want to play.
Exactly.
Metallica, you learn them, and it's on. So we walk in, and the first person we see is Dave Grohl. I've never met Dave. I'm a little like, wow, that's Dave. Okay.
Yeah, he's in that rock god category.
That's a big rock guy right there. That's now Taylor, I've met, great guy, hung out with him. So see him, and he's in.
Think about Dave Grohl though is Nirvana tacked on to Foo Fighters.
Right.
You got a hell of a run.
It's Dave Grohl.
Yes.
Enough said.
Yes.
And my nephew just, oh shit, right to his face. I'm going. I said, Eric, take it down a level. Take it down. He's like, holy shit. It's easy. You said 4 oh shits to his face.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, let's walk over here. And we're eating. And then he's going, holy. I said, stop saying that. Just, you're here. Live the moment. Dave Grohl then comes walking over to me. Now, part of me, too, is like, nah, he's been around Jack Black. And these guys really know how to rock. And I'm just a meathead to him. He comes over. He goes, dude. First thing Dave Grohl says to me, when Brian Johnson wasn't doing AC/DC, I was like, Breuer's got to do AC. Breuer has to be. I went, stop it. He's not. I said, can I just say I went on every radio station and I said I would not go see AC/DC unless David Grohl was singing. I go, that would be legit to me. Dave Grohl says, hey, Brian can't be here, but I'm filling in because I love AC/DC. Boom, I'm in. I may follow the whole tour because he's the guy. I'm still Foo Fighters. I'm not looking for the glamour. I'm here to fill in. Dave Grohl to me should have been the guy. Mm-hmm. Now, with that said, he has a couple Coors Lights. Everyone, they're getting ready to go on stage. And he goes, hey, man, you want to come up, do Let There Be Rock with us tonight? Madison Square Garden. Now, I was hoping he'd say Shook Me Night Long, but Let There Be Rock makes a lot more sense. And I did this with Taylor at a festival.
Okay.
He asked me. He's like, hey, man, you want to come up with us? It's the rest of the Foo Fighters, and we do like these cover songs. And I did it with him. We were in Houston, and I got up in front of the crowd. But when when Dave asked me, I went, oh man, I don't know if I remember the lyrics. He goes, come on, man, you know the lyrics. And he's tapping in front of me. And he's going, in the beginning, back in 1955.
Now, in that moment right there, is that great just to watch a musical genius start to just doing that, just holding a beat, like.
All I'm thinking about is like, I'm not going to remember the words. I'm not going to remember the words. No matter how much he tries, it's not going to happen.
He doesn't have the Billy Joel magic.
He does, and
the monitors. Yeah.
Well, yeah. He and I said, and the white man had the and the play. He went, all right, we'll do it another time.
No.
Never mind. I went, wait. Now I want to do it. Billy Joel. I'm like, no. He goes, I go, wait. Do you have monitors? And he looked at me as if that was the craziest question I ever asked in my life. He goes, what do you mean monitors? I went, well, and I said it so nonchalant. I said, well, when I sang it with Billy Joel.
Oh, no.
I go, when I sang it with Billy Joel, he had the song in the monitor, and he looked at me and went, when you sang it with Billy Joel? He's so confused. He don't know if I'm being pompous. I read so many things in his eyes. Like,
because there's just something about that statement that, like, bro, you just, like, we were having fun a minute ago.
Right.
What are you doing?
You just dropped Billy Joel in front of me. Like, what are you talking? What's going on?
You're not
here?
a singer. What are you talking about? Like, Dave's like, I thought this was like a goof, like, and you actually are pretty good, and that's kind of where the fun is, but you're not.
Yeah, what are you talking
I'm
about?
Dave Grohl. Like,
I'm Dave Grohl. You know how many people what is going on with you, Breuer?
Monitors? Because you sang with Billy Joel. Like, is the water not right in the dressing room? What are you talking about? You didn't even have all access like 10 minutes ago, and now you're talking about monitors and what's on your rider. And
and then you want to talk to the sound crew, and you want to sound check. What are we doing here? And he goes, there's no monitors.
Yeah, he's looking at you going like, I don't know if you knew, but I'm a rock star.
Yeah, and I know all rock songs by heart 10 times over.
Yeah.
And so it was over.
And you were like,
I was
the rock fan comedian who just asked the rock star, can I have monitors so I can sing AC/DC?
And you know what?
What?
It's a good thing it didn't happen, and I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Because the difference between the Billy Joel moment was, oh my God, what's going on? I should not. What do you mean I'm going up on stage? Oh my God. My attitude here, now as David turned and started walking away, I went, oh my God, I have to do this. I'm going to write down all the lyrics and I'm going to learn it before I go. And I went to look for him to go, dude, I'm in.
I got the lyrics.
And it was too late. It was too late. If I did it that night, A, I know I would have brought the house down, but B, I would have done it for the wrong I think my head would have swelled quite a bit that night. I just feel like that was the night of, oh yeah, you ready for this? You ready for this? Yeah. Madison Square. Dave, take a seat. I know you're huge, but all you guys, take a rest. I'm going to acapella this. I'm going to acapella. No one play. I just want them to hear me. I feel like that would have been in my head rather than just enjoying the moment.
Right. I'm not enjoying this moment anymore. Now I'm a rock star.
Yes, I felt.
And it's like,
I truly feel, I'm a rock star now. Dave Grohl's got me up because he knows. Whereas
Dave Grohl was like, I just want to have some fun, man.
That's it.
I just want to have some fun.
Because last week I brought a 7-year-old. Tonight I'm bringing you.
It's a goof, bro. There's a segment in the show. Dude, it's a goof. Like,
yeah, tomorrow I'm with the king of, in another country. It's a goof. I'm just trying to help you. Just trying to have fun with Jim Breuer.
Yeah, that's true. You wanted it too much.
I wanted it.
You wanted it too much.
I did.
And you would have sang it. You would have done a fabulous job. Yep. You would have had all the lyrics. Everything would have gone well. And then you would have gone backstage and kind of like nudged and angled about maybe getting on the tour. Like maybe like,
hey, if you guys ever needed an opener.
Yeah, I thought that went really well. Like, I don't think that was a New York thing out there, man. I think that would work. all over the country.
I made this album. I don't know if you heard it a couple years ago. It's pretty good. You ever hear Rob Caggiano? He used to be in Anthrax. Anyway, you should check it out, man. It's pretty good. It was a good thing it didn't happen. And I actually, Foo Fighters came to a Metallica concert while we were out on tour. And I don't remember the city, but all I remember is they were backstage, and I had a live camera so that people can see what's going. I had big screens so people could see what's going on backstage. If I brought a camera back there, and I walked up to him like, Dave and Taylor. I went, "Can you guys do a thing?" And he looked at me and he goes, "Well, I asked you to do something, and he didn't really come through on that." And I was like,
Just pour some salt in that wound.
And I went, "I really wanted to."
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I felt.
Dave Grohl just has the ability to embarrass you. He makes you say embarrassing things.
And he didn't. And again, he's just like, "Hey man, let's have fun." I just, God.
I would have. Dave, I was ready. I was looking for you. I was ready to do it.
You left the room, and I had all the lyrics on my arms. I can do it now. Watch this. In the beginning, 1955.
And he's looking at you going like, Jim, the reason I asked you to do it is because I thought we were on the same level. Why you lowering yourself so? Like, wait.
Yeah, but now I'm with Metallica.
I was watching. God. Part of the great thing about the YouTube generation that we live in is that tons of your Metallica stuff is on YouTube.
Really?
Have you seen it?
No, I cannot.
Jim Breuer opens in this town. Jim Breuer opens in that town. And I was watching a little bit. First of all, I thought it was just like amazing. Just you being the fan that you are of Metallica and metal in general, that you get to go on Metallica stage before they come out and just play Name That Tune or sing along with Pantera. You just get to play Walk.
Can I tell you that I wanted to do, there's so many things I wanted to do on the tour. I wanted to do this, bring people from the audience up and make a lighting show and give them a karaoke metal moment. And then I realized from the game show, once I would bring people up, and there were certain shows I would do game shows, and people freeze on stage.
They nervous.
They want to do it, and then they're up on stage, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm on stage where Metallica plays." And they're looking at the sheets, and they're looking at the equipment, and then they realize, "Oh my God, there's 15,000 people staring at me," and they're booing. They're booing now. They're booing. And
how do I make them stop?
This guy just threw a beer. He threw a beer at me, and I'm just trying to get by this moment. And I realized, and everyone tried to talk me out of, "Don't bring them on stage. Don't bring them on stage." So I went back and forth and went, "All right. How about I will go up there and we'll sing along work. I'll call it metal karaoke." Mm-hmm. We put together 5 songs, only tops 45 seconds to a minute long. And I got to say, no disrespect to Pantera, I had no clue. Hands down, that song "Walk" was I thought the roof was gonna go flying off every arena. When that song came on, the entire arena everyone on the floor would start bouncing.
I mean, that's one of those songs that immediately, as soon as you hear like dun, 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 everybody knows.
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah,
and so that, and then the ultimate is when it's over. The last song was I did "Highway to Hell." Mm-hmm. And the entire arena, because everyone knew that one.
Of course.
And that was definitely one of my, I won't say best. Yeah, I'll say best. That was the most entertaining for me. I couldn't wait to do that every night because they're like, "Oh, you guys are going to love what I'm going to do for you now."
And they did love it.
Oh, they loved it.
I liked it. Like, I think I don't know that I've ever seen it done before. You did crowd work, but you went in the crowd.
Yes.
To do the crowd work. Like, you could see all these videos. I was watching one.
Yeah,
where you found these old guys. One of them had like a big white beard.
Oh, yeah.
And you found them, and I'm just kind of like flipping through the YouTube video, and like you just go up to them, and you're just on the floor, but the spotlight's on you, and you got the microphone, everybody can hear you, and they're older guys, so you go, "Hey, you guys get that colonoscopy?" and like you're talking to this arena, and everybody's like, "Huh?" And you're like, And they're like, no colonoscopy. And you're going, you're over 50. You got to get one. And then Breuer goes, it'll have you feeling clean right after, but a messy night before. Everybody's there to see Metallica, and there's Breuer just talking about the benefits of a colonoscopy.
And I gotta say, the funniest moments like that, it was really cool to hear the entire arena, or most of the arena, you hear the laughter of, it wasn't like, here. And what I loved about those moments was they're not paying to see me. There's comics out there that sell out arenas and stadiums and all that, so they're paying to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's paying to see Jim Breuer go to see Metallica. So
nobody's even paying to see comedy.
No.
Right?
No.
Right.
So they already come in with their arms folded, and they walk out like, what the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on here?
Who the hell is that guy?
Why is he coming in the crowd? What are we at, Circus Olay? What the hell is going on? But yeah, man, that was a real good time. And by the time it was over, I'm gonna say if they ever asked me to do it again, it would be it's gonna be 10 times better.
You're ready to do it again completely.
I got ideas where I know are gonna work.
Now you know what it is, right?
I know what it is.
I mean, you walk in going like, you just go up there and, do your thing. And you're like,
yeah.
What do you mean? Now you know exactly what the gig is.
I know what the gig is.
Yeah.
I know the team to put around me.
Right.
To make it really work.
Right.
It's, I have to say, besides show one, there wasn't one night where they were like, get the fuck off the stage. There may be people going, I can't stand this guy. But I've played arenas before that they didn't pay to see me, and when a few people start turning on you, it turns into a section.
Right.
Because they just love, we hate him, you suck!
Oh, wait, we could do that!
Yeah, section 103, you suck! You get on the stage! And when you're fighting sections, you're in a bad place.
So do you look at that, and then, because you said it happened night one, do you look and like one section starts going, and do you go, oh no. This is going to be contagious.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you got to stop that real quick. Basically, you're at the circus when you go see the circus.
Yeah.
And you want the lion tamer to get eaten.
Right. Of course you do. That's why you're paying your ticket.
He's in the cage. There's lions in circles all around him. All he's got is a bullwhip. And section 105 is now trying to paw him. and now this line came off the. No! Get back on the stool.
Yeah, because the other line's gonna be like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
we could rebel.
Yes,
we could eat this guy. We're lions.
What are we doing?
Yeah, the last thing you want, if one line, you might be able to deal with it. But if all the lions start to become self-aware, it's over.
You're done.
You're finished. There's nothing you can do.
Rebellion against you. And even the first show, it wasn't sections. It was just bad timing.
Right.
We went up too early. They said they were going up at 8:30. They didn't go up at 8:30. I got them all hopped up at 8:28. And then it was like, we need 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes? And I gave them 10 minutes. Now they're getting hostile.
Right.
And they went, we need at least another 5:10. Another 10?
You told us 20 minutes ago they were coming out.
Yeah. And that I remember the DJ on stage, get Joe Sib. He's on stage. And he's calling me while he's on stage. Jim, come here. Jim, come here. I go, he goes, we gotta get the fuck off the stage right now. I went, I know, man, I'm trying. I don't. What do you want me to do? They said they want me on stage, and I don't know. What am I gonna do? It was after that I learned. I'm like, all right, we're not gonna be in that predicament again.
Right. So, well, with all this going on, you also have a new album coming out tomorrow.
I forgot I was even promoting that.
Right. That's
right.
what we're here for, after all. Clearly, Live from Portland comes out tomorrow on all digital platforms. You recorded it at the Helium Comedy Club in Portland.
And Sam, I swear to God.
Yeah.
This was not meant. It wasn't planned.
This wasn't supposed to be the album.
No.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't even supposed to be filming an album or recording an album. Or
Do you just record every set?
I do record my sets, but I don't professionally audio tape. And the videos that you watch, like on Patreon or on my social media stuff, I have I call him the kid. He follows me around. He films everything. Mm-hmm. And when we were in Portland, we had a couple days off, and we were doing a food drive, and we were feeding homeless with some of the crew. Uh-huh. And I booked the room because we had 2 nights off, and I'm like, you want me to book a... Because they said, well, if you book a club, maybe we can ask them to do a food drive, and we get more food for the... So it was all about feeding homeless in Portland. Mm-hmm. So I called up Helium, like, hey, can we get in there? Boom, got in there. It sold out. Oh, my God, it sold out. I'm always worried about selling tickets. And if you brought cans of food, I brought boxes of merch. You just take whatever you want. You want to take 20 DVDs, just take them.
It's all old stuff.
Yeah, I want them out of the house.
Yeah.
I want them out of the house. And I did my set, and I often wing the first 15, 20 minutes wherever I am. And, I've been doing stuff. I probably have 2.5 hours over the last 2-3 years, maybe more. And I didn't do stand-up in a little while, which when I'm the best. So I'll do consistent, tight sets, and then I'm off for a little while, and I get a lot looser. So I did the set, and the end of the show, he goes, hey, I just want to let you know, I recorded tonight. And I looked at him like, no shit, jackass. I asked you to videotape it. And he goes, no, I it's professionally recorded.
Like through the board and everything.
And I went, okay, cool. Like, all right, well, what does that do for me? Like, what I got on my phone, I'm going to listen to it later for my notes. And he goes, yeah, tonight was really good. I went, oh, good, I'm glad. And I'm like, good, a 20-year-old likes me. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
And about a month later, my manager goes, we should make this an album. I went, Portland? Because have you listened to it? Well, no. He goes, it's really good. I went, really? You liked it? He goes, I'm not even... Because you really need to lift. He goes, you ended on something really... It was thought-provoking, it was heavy, and it was hilarious. And what the hell did I end on? He told me what I ended on. I went, oh, I forgot I did that night. And he goes, in the beginning, you did this whole thing about... What Metallica tour is like, and I went, oh my God, I forgot that. Which to this day I forgot. I haven't even done that material.
So that was just that night.
Yes. And
wow.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
And there was always part of this is why I started filming everything. I'm like, it's frustrating when I'm in Minnesota and I do half hour of off the cuff stuff, and then I go on my material, and it's material that's just gone forever. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, you got to listen to it. And I'm like, Sam, I listened for 3 minutes. I said, it sounds amazing. That's all I cared about was the sound.
Like the audio quality.
Can you hear people laughing?
Yeah.
That's all I care about. And then I forgot about it. And they're like, yeah, it's going to be an album, and we're going to, it's going to be here. I'm like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden this week, they're like, you got all this press. I'm like, that's a lot of press. Don't we just let the album go? And he went, no, I'm telling you, this is more special than you realize. And I went, okay.
So you don't necessarily remember everything that's on the album, but you're told it's very, very special.
Correct.
Okay, then, I mean, look.
I'm just being blatantly honest. I would love to say, I worked so hard for a year.
You forgot it existed.
I swear on my life.
Okay, well,
I'm being honest.
I trust the people that you trust.
Me too.
Right?
Me too. Me too.
They've
been around a long time.
Right. And your manager's not going to put something out that is bad because he's managing you.
No, and he started a record label just to get this out there. He's like, dude, you sparked me to, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I went, all right, I trust you.
So he started a record label just so he could release this album?
Well, and others. I mean, he's now...
But this was the catalyst
This was the first one on Serpico Records, yeah.
Man. Well, then it must be something special.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, are you going to listen to it once it comes out, or
no?
You're done.
No, I'm done. I'm working on this other stuff. There's nothing I could do about that.
Want more Jim and Sam? Catch up with full episodes and interviews from celebrity guests anytime on demand using the SiriusXM app.